Yes, sure. Of course, you're welcome to the biggest entertainment show on the planet. Of course, I'm your host with the most, too much sauce on one show. Of course, I go by the name Ife Oluwa Oshunkeye. And of course, yes, we're about to bring to your screen. It's time for real undisputed show on this part of the globe, Tea Time on PlusTvAfrica, where we don't entertain you, but just entertain, educate, and inform you on the same. It's Woman Crush Wednesday. Yay. And we're crushing on all our women today. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You look very beautiful, actually, and you look beautiful as well. Are you gonna give me a shake my hand?
Oh, I didn't know that was a handshake.
Yeah. Of course, yes. It's about to be time, and yes, well, I'm flying by two amazing women on Woman Crush Wednesday, and of course Esther told the sheep of flying by two ladies, Uyime, and of course Booms.
Hi.
Boomy.
Yes.
Oh, now I know.
Oh, now you know.
Don't cast me for this show.
Now you know.
But why now, Boomy? Anyways, yes, this is gonna be as professional as possible, and I love the way you actually came at me and the way we're actually handling this right now.
You guys are just.
Because
I was just looking at both of you. I was like, wow.
I mean, the banter. He really needed it, but it's cool.
You did actually.
All right, without you guys, we're absolutely lost. So we want you to be part of the show and conversation today by calling in on 0909 848 408. 0909 848 408. You want to repeat the number?
Okay, 0909 8408 8408. Yes.
0909. Are you sure? Okay, so we're going to play the game today. Who's going to know the number? 0909 848 4848.
Really? You don't have to do that?
0909 848 848. Yeah, I got it.
No, you not get it.
I got it.
It felt like two numbers when we
0909 848 4848. What's yours?
0909 848 4848.
Alrighty. Of course, yes, you know the number to dial in on. And of course, yes, we have some videos that caught our attentions. And let's see the first one. Yes, sure. Of course, you're welcome back to the biggest entertainment show. Of course, it is still tea time, and we have another video that caught our attention. But before we get into that, let's talk about this particular one. What's your take on this?
I mean, I'm that lady. She's me.
How about you?
No, but honestly, we know a lot of people. I mean, I was shocked when Cardi B came out to say that she couldn't drive, but then she had one of the most expensive and the luxury cars.
Yeah,
I mean, I cannot drive, but I can move a car. But in my head, in my dream,
that's why I said
you need to
I'm that lady.
She's my dream, like
you're driving a Bugatti.
Fast and furious.
I'm driving a Rolls Royce.
But then it happens.
But she said it intellectually.
Yeah, intellectually. Yeah. I'm fast and furious. Yeah.
But Photoshop has made things quite easy for people now. Like you can do the undoable with cut and edit. Just add a little bit of Jara and then we're good to go. You necessarily don't have to know how to do anything. I mean, come on, I don't know how to fly a plane, but if I decide I want to act a role of a pilot tomorrow, I'm good to go. All they need to do
and then big shout out to somebody like Slick City that came on the show and is using artificial intelligence to make things happen. And I asked them one question about how he thinks this is going to affect our Nollywood industry, and of course he said that with AI, right, you can actually create anything, which is why I'm going what you're saying, because there's nothing that is impossible anymore. We can actually make everything happen. So big shout out to that girl who is flying intellectually.
I'm fast and furious.
I'm fast and furious intellectually. Anyways, guys, so you can achieve anything. Just be fast and furious.
Intellectually.
Anyways, guys, yes, of course, yes, we have another video that caught our attention, and let's see that one. Alrighty, that's my kind of hobby. Of course, that's what I'll do. Come on, shake it, girl. Let me take the trash out.
That was very creative. Yes, that was very, very creative. I love the.
I mean, next season, take it from me, you will see something like that on the top fashion icons, and it's going to be, because this already is
next one.
It looks like fashion icons.
Next what? 2 weeks or 2 years?
Next season.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, this already is
creative, yes. And I love
it's something that I will rock.
Yeah.
It's black. I love black. And I just love how we did. She really did it well. I'm sure some other people have done this thing. I mean, some of our comedians have done something like that and you didn't even... But this looks really great.
Yeah,
I really love it.
Does.
The trash bag thing.
Yeah.
I'ma take the trash out. Trash. I'ma take the trash out.
Okay, so what exactly is exciting you about the video now? Is it the
taking the trash out? Trash. I'ma take the trash out. The moment you dress like trash, I'm taking you out.
Well, that's the idea. It's taking her out.
Yes,
like
for a date.
For a date?
Yeah,
yes.
That's the idea.
No, me, I'll practically take you out. No, so I love the idea. I love the fact that women are getting creative with their clothing. I've seen where women are worn their pants
as top,
yes,
as a top.
Yeah.
I've seen that, and I loved it. I was like, "Oh, you can do that."
Yeah, you can do a lot of things. I can wear a clothes 3 times in a week, and you wouldn't even notice.
You wouldn't.
That is, it's the same clothes.
Yes. So I can make it as a gown. I can make a gown into a top and a top into a skirt.
You know all these stretchy long skirts?
Yeah,
you can actually make it a very short gown, you know. So
no, wow, that's amazing. You guys are lucky.
It saves us a lot of money.
Unlike we guys, we have to go and find the perfect size.
But guess what? Guys don't have to wear so much as girls do. I mean, I've seen a guy's wardrobe and I've seen a lady's wardrobe. And then the difference is clear.
Have you seen my wardrobe?
I don't know you, man.
Exactly. So yeah, you need to see mine, then you would understand what the guy's wardrobe actually looks like.
You're proud. Very proud.
He's not saying proud thing, but you know now. I'm not even boasting. I'm just saying.
Okay, we get it.
Alrighty. So let's go to our Woman Crush Wednesday, and of course it is Onyeka Onwenu, born 31st January 1952, who is a Nigerian singer, songwriter, actress, human rights activist, social activist, journalist, politician, and former X Factor series judge. Dubbed the Elegant Stallion by the Nigerian press, she is the former chairperson of the Imo State Council for Arts and Culture. In 2013, she was appointed the Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of the National Center for Women Development. Onwenu made an impact as a newsreader and reporter in 1984. Were we born then?
At all.
Were you born?
I wasn't even formed, so...
I tried to cast my age.
No, were you born in 1984?
You never can.
Maybe I was actually. Maybe I was.
Do you want someone to think that I'm an old woman or what?
Were you born in 1984?
It's possible now.
It's possible.
It's possible, but were you born? You can't be born in 1984 now.
Why not? Because I'm still looking sleek.
Yeah, come on, slay girl. But were you actually born in 1984?
No, I wasn't, Ife. I was not.
I was not too now. So why are you not talking like all of us are not?
Then why were you asking the question? Why were you asking the question?
He wants to know his mommy.
I want to know, when you are saying a broadcaster in 1984, are you playing? We were broadcasters in 2023.
Gen Z.
Gen Z broadcasters. And she presented the internationally acclaimed BBC NTA documentary Nigeria is Conjuring of Riches, which became definitive film about corruption in Nigeria, as well as the intraceable Niger Delta agitation for resources control and campaign against environmental degradation in the oil region of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome of course, Woman Crush Wednesday on the show today, because of course it is a Wednesday and she goes by the name Onyeka Onwenu. Oh yeah. Everybody sing one song of Onyeka Onwenu.
Okay, I think the one I like, one of our songs, First Love. My first love. Ooh! Yeah, my first love. That's the only part I know. Yeah, I love that song. Then this other one, Woman.
You and
yeah.
the one I can never forget. Oh, you and I will live as one.
Oh, that was
the song
that I was always thinking that, I will sing for my love, but the one that's
the one I'm going to sing is My First Love, yes. The song speaks a lot to me.
Of course, this is the biggest entertainment show on the planet. Of course, I'm your host of the most, too much sauce on your screen. I go by the name Ife Oluwa Oshunke. And of course, I'm chilling with Brooms, and I'm still chilling with Oyime. And yes, we're bringing it to you guys.
Oyime, not Oyime. Oyime. Yes.
My apologies, ma'am.
Thank you.
And of course, yes, we're moving into the business of the day, and the nomination list for the 2023 Oscar Awards has been released. The Nigerian international sensation Tems has made history by becoming the first Nigerian artist to earn an Oscar nomination. Tems was nominated for her contribution as a songwriter on Lift Me Up. Oh yeah, your turn.
Hold me down.
Okay.
But I just sang the part that I know now.
No.
Okay, start again.
Lift me up.
Hold me down.
I don't know the rest of it.
But I will do better next time. Anyway, do you know this song?
Yes, I do.
You don't sing it.
But I don't really.
I mean,
like
tell me
it.
who doesn't know the song. The thing is, do you know the lyrics?
Do you know the
Because
lyrics?
I do now. I know the lyrics.
But
But the song is actually very high. You know the way Rihanna sang it.
Lift me
it's not
up.
with this speech that I felt.
Yes,
to
no,
be very
with your
honest,
speech,
because
please.
it's not like I don't know the lyrics, so but the pitch
But the
that I
way-
are taking,
yeah,
you understand? It's making me forget the
What?
lyrics. So
No, it's actually making the whole thing escape from one's head.
true.
How is he making this?
True that.
Like, okay, how do you explain it? Let's say I want to sing it. So how do you
Lift
explain
me
it?
up.
I give up.
Oh, okay. You guys are good at that one, right?
No, you do not. You just give up.
Your pitch is really what is it? Where are we
We'll
going?
play the song.
I'll
where
take
we're
you to a
going,
music
Okay,
lesson
now.
class.
Please do. I would like that. And of course, one of the soundtracks in Marvel's Black Panther Wakanda Forever, voting for the 2023 Oscars, will run from March 2nd to the 7th. The 2023 Oscar Award is set to hold on Sunday, March 12th at the Dolly Theatre, and it will be hosted by comedian and talk show host Jimmy Kimmel.
Wow.
It's the Jimmy Kimmel part for me. I never thought that, I'll see a Jimmy Kimmel, being a comedian and being somebody. It's like when we saw, what's his name now? The South African guy.
Okay,
Somebody should remind me. Come
I
on
don't
now.
even know what you're talking
The
about.
South
because you barely
African
made me
guy.
know that.
the one that hosts the weekend.
Trevor Noah.
Yes,
hosting,
about calling Chris
the Oscars as well.
That's
and
what you didn't remember.
Yeah.
Well, moving on.
that's-
Funny how the picture came to my face, but I was like, no, now Trevor Noah is like on the
I
list of
don't understand
everybody.
what you mean by that's what I didn't remember.
I was thinking
I didn't know that was what you were talking
Anyway,
about. That was
let's
the person
move
you were
on.
talking about.
Yes,
Okay.
so yes, trying to get it like, Trevor Noah, now Jimmy Kimmel. It makes it look like, there's a new chance for a lot of,
Africans.
Africans and all. No, Jimmy Kimmel isn't even African. Do you understand?
But the fact that-
it makes it look like it is a chance for a lot of creatives and comedians to become part of major entertainment shows. I'm looking forward to who's gonna host the next Grammys. We had what's his name now?
Chris Rock.
Yeah,
Chris Rock.
doing all of that.
I mean,
and,
creatives have always had their way in top entertainment, because if you know what you're doing truly, there's really no reason why you wouldn't be at the top. And comedians have a very good way of hosting a show.
Of hosting a
yes,
show.
so it really hasn't been a problem from the very start. But I see how you're stylishly sidelining the fact that we're not talking about Tems here. I mean, like let's give this girl a glory now.
We're just starting a conversation now. For
Someone wants
Tems,
to punch me in the face.
No, we are not actually sidelining Tems, because that's the reason why we're even talking about the story. I'm talking about the reason that, you know, when you look at people like comedians, you know, now being part of major events going on in the world, and then we now have our African creatives in the picture as well. It makes it so beautiful. So it makes creativity and you creating, you know, something that is sweet.
True.
Do you understand?
True.
Like, it makes it look like this is what we should have been doing a long time ago, and it makes it look like this is a time for every African to shine. Now, Tems is one of those people. She's the first African to be nominated for the Oscars. I'm telling you that in the next 2 to 3 years, you know, we're gonna have a whole lot of them, you know, being nominated, doing soundtracks for, you know, major movies, and I think that is so
Let's give it
amazing.
up for
But you know what I love the most about this particular story is because it's really not attached to a big entity. It's not, oh, because this person was involved in it, that's why. I mean, the first time I listened to that song, even though it was Rihanna that sang it, I heard Tems. And I was telling my sister that this sounds like something that Tems would write or Tems would sing, only for them to bring it out, and I'm like, oh, lo and behold, it was truly Tems. Like, I really celebrate the fact that she was able to get this on her own, not because, oh, I featured, do you understand, with this person or that person. Yes, please.
If it was Tems that sang this song, would you love it?
Yes, I will.
Why?
Because even hearing Rihanna's voice, I could hear Tems clearly.
That Rihanna hasn't sang in 6 years, and then that was our first release, right? Did it make you feel better?
Not quite.
Not really.
I felt like that song could be better. I mean, from my perspective, I felt like it could be better.
Do you think that song did well because it was a Rihanna song?
Yes, I feel so.
I don't think so.
I felt it.
You know why I don't think so?
It did well because
I felt like for a first Rihanna release, right, that song should have gone like, wow, like everybody should be talking about it. Rihanna's first song.
I mean, people did talk about it for a little. People talked about it for a while, but then it couldn't stand. The reason why people even talked about it in the first place was because it was Rihanna. I mean, like, can you compare? No. I mean, and when she was coming back, I was expecting it to be massive, but it just looked like they took us back to church. I mean,
I know, right?
But the song actually did well.
It
did well because on TikTok, a lot of people, you know, did a lot of videos.
But come on, TikTok is really selling songs now, like a whole lot of songs. If your song is not selling now, all you need to do is get it into TikTok and TikTok is doing the job.
But the song actually did well. It did
for the movie, yes.
It did well.
For the movie.
Yes, it did well.
Well, there are other songs in the movie that I love more than...
I mean, a whole lot of songs. Like, the songs that
you guys are being biased. You guys are being biased.
Anyways, guys, of course, we're moving on to the next story, and it's on reality TV star Coco, who has slammed OAP Nedu over his recent comments about her and older female BB Naija housemate. Nedu, in a recent podcast show, alleged that most ladies auditioned for the BBN just to get more customers. According to him, all they have to offer is their body. Apparently, Coco wasn't having none of this. She took to her Twitter page and wrote, "Angel, leave that short thing. It's not our fault his wife gave him unprinted words." Now, I don't blame the woman, because who wants to have a child for a childish, unprinted words again, lying, talkative man? Now, every woman living good is hawking a body. And, you know, it brings me back to a lesson that I learned. Now, my co-anchor used to be Ifeoma, right? And when myself and Ifeoma were on the show, there was this day we're driving to work, and we saw this woman in a nice white G-Wagon. And it was so slick. This is just like 2021. And she was driving the latest edition, and we were like, oh my God, look at this girl. And in my mind, I was saying
that corner.
But he came out.
Yeah.
He now eventually came out. And I said, oh, this babe husband go reach you. That's how I felt. When he looked at me. She's like, why do you think she didn't do it by herself?
Why did you think she didn't do it by herself?
No, and in that moment, I realized I effed up.
You realized your mistake, right?
Yeah. Good. And I realized it, and I came back to the table, and I was like, "No, I'm not saying her husband actually did it. I'm just saying that man is a lucky man." You know, I was trying to retrace my steps, yeah, but if I already knew that I effed up, and what she said was like, "Bah. What if she just hustled for this money to buy the sweet white Range
Which
Rover?
Is very possible.
Which is not even possible. It is achievable.
Extremely
by
achievable.
By a lot of women.
But I would say that I disagree with Nedu, because right now they keep when a lady makes money or when a lady is living life, they always attribute it to the fact that, okay, she's either selling her body or she's doing things that she's not meant to do. So I just feel like this guy is just being paranoid, and he's just he's
been a lot of things, right?
Yes,
because
being paranoid.
What I don't understand is why you have a marital issue and you decide to bring in a lot of people into the matter. Like,
I mean, there are so many.
There's something that I would like to touch on as well.
Okay.
It's about Remy, Saru. You all know Remy now?
Yeah.
From Saru. Now, he also came out to say that there are a lot of things going on in the industry. Like he's had men, approach him.
Yeah.
And of course, that is something that carries 14 years in Nigeria normally. Yeah. He said he's had that. And, there are people that actually do these things allegedly. Now, I'm not being like confirmative about it or affirmative about it.
But that doesn't mean everyone does it. BBN is a platform
for you to showcase.
Exactly.
Showcase yourself.
Someone like me, if I get into the BBN house, you don't expect me to slack because I already have a table for what I'm going to do. And from that moment on, even if I spend 1 week in the house, there are already connections laid down for me. The best thing for me to do is get out of the house and make use of these connections. And then when these connections start working, you now start telling me that, there's one guy somewhere that did the work.
Nedu, I even want to leave Nedu out of the matter because what he said was completely, pointless. And there was nothing that he said that actually made sense. But I want to bring it back to the society. I want to bring it back to how people view things, which is why I started with that story, right? That said myself and the film at some point we're there, and then we had this conversation. Now there are a lot of women. Now I heard a story of a guy that was looking for a male child for so long, and then when he couldn't get one, he chased his wife out of the house and all of that. And then I was having a conversation with someone recently, and you remember and you discovered that most female kids are doing better than even the male kids.
Very true.
Do you understand? Yeah. Because women are doing so much for themselves, and being a woman, people should not lie to me on this table. Being a pretty lady. Does it open doors for you?
Oh, of course it does. A lot of doors.
Do you understand? Like places I can't get into and have intellectual conversations with people. You would enter with your beauty and your personality.
And my intellect. Excuse me. Yeah. And my intellect also.
And your intellect.
No, see, you sound like you're doubting.
You get the intellect when you're into the door.
Of course.
That's when you start talking about if I could get into the door too, my intellect would speak for me. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. But a lot of men don't even get that opportunity. Now, I was watching a video last night on Instagram where they said, "Would you think is more protected, the female or the male?" And this girl came out, she said, I know a lot of girls are going to come for me, a lot of women are going to call for me, but of course it is the man, because, you know, the moment you start talking about domestic violence, being abused in your house, you're seen as weak. The moment you don't have money, the moment you're broke, you are seen as weak. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, of course, who is more protected? It is the female. Do you understand? And everybody in their right say, me, I'll let the woman into the office first to come and do an interview that she had waited for hours, right, to come and do before I let the man in, because I feel like a man you be.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But I don't want you to be on your feet for so long as a woman. I would open the door for a woman, I'll pull out a chair for a woman, I'll do all of those things for a woman, but I wouldn't do it for a man. Do you understand what I mean? So you get your foot in the door first. Now, how do you use that? It is your business. Now, which is why I'm saying Nedu is just a funny man, because he doesn't even know how those women are using their intellect. He doesn't know how they're using their personalities.
I just feel like they need to stop this. They need to stop this thing whereby they keep saying, when a woman is making it out there, they keep saying she's selling out her body and all this. They have to stop it.
I said, who talks like that? Especially coming from an OAP.
Even from the female fold now, it's beginning to linger in the heads of women that you cannot achieve anything. A man is there to back you up.
Exactly. And
all right, so let's complete this phase. What a man can do.
A woman can do better,
much better.
It's a lie. See, you women on this table are biased. We're actually going on a music break, but the new phrase is, what a man can do, a woman can do as well.
Okay.
Let's go on a quick music break, and we will be right back.